Woo-wee, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day, and today we're going to just talk about superior quality. Um, Quality and design is where it's at. And with this knife right here, you get a whole lot of both. Now I have um, two knives from the company here to check out. And I'm not going to go out and do a bunch of beating on them. This is JR's daily carry, and he made a point to ask me to be very nice to it. And I really just wanted to check them out. This thing right here is absolutely sick. I mean, this is a devouring design. The forward cant on that blade makes cutting just absolutely amazing. Now, this knife right here is called the Rotten Evolution. It goes for about 1,200 bucks, and I think they have one for like 900 bucks and possibly even cheaper. This is M390 steel. It is just got everything and anything and everything going on in it. Now, there's so many different ones with different patterns and colors and things like that. So I think this one might be the $900 version. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but all of them are pretty much the same. They are just ridiculous. We're talking about blade lengths of 3.625 overall, 8.375, a closed length of 4.75. Here's the thing: is the one that's 900 looks like this is previously owned, so that's a used price. Let's see, tip up 390, sheep's foot, handle material metallic. That's what it says now. I'm looking to see if it has this evolution, comes satin finish blade, notched thumb rest and thumb hole, the handle stone washed bark finish titanium frame, comes with a Velcro case and COA, certificate of authenticity, and it's just pretty sweet. You start asking yourself, is this $1,000 knife? Is it? And I guess every knife is $1,000 knife if you're willing to pay $1,000 for it, right? I mean, I have this one right here, right? This is my ADV Tactical. This one right here is around a $500 knife in this configuration, but with a different handle. Now all of a sudden it shoots up over $1,000 easy, just like this. So it really comes down to what are the materials, how it's made, and what the person's gonna put on there. Could he sell this exact same knife for $700? Probably. But if people are gonna spend $1,000, $1,200, whatever it is, dollars on it, I guess he's gonna keep going. So now, what justification does he have? The grinds, perfection. I mean, it's just perfection. The steel is great. Can you find this kind of steel with titanium much cheaper from a different company? Yeah. Is it going to be the same knife? No. Will it be the same build quality? Possibly not. Maybe the same heat treat? I don't think so. But that's the thing, is a lot of people always question, oh, why would this be so much money? And especially those people that are always saying, oh, only buy in America, only buy. Well, how come your knives aren't made in America? When your knives are made in America, I'm not going to lie, they cost more. So if you got the same knife built somewhere else in the world, same materials, same everything, but it might be $400 cheaper, you wouldn't buy it because it's not made in America, which is kind of ridiculous if it's the same thing. It's just the parts, the prices, everything, the way they do it, it's expensive. It's expensive to make a knife. It's time consuming to make a knife, and it's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. And there's a lot of people who try and fail. Companies fail every day because they just don't get it right. It's not as easy as you'd think. This one right here, you'll notice that what looks like, the thumb studs, see that little notch? These aren't just thumb studs. Can you use it to open up the blade? Absolutely. But these are actually your stop pins. Can you spidey flick it? Absolutely. These are your stop pins, so that's what's stopping the blade and resting there, and that's why there is no wiggle. You can see exactly how well it sets in. This knife is actually perfectly made. It's a really great knife. Is it worth $1,000? To me, I wouldn't pay $1,000 or $1,200 or $1,300, whatever it is. This one, I think, as a matter of fact, original price possibly was $1,600, $1,595, and I'm not sure if this is the exact one. They have, like I say, they have a bunch, but I mean, this is just solid. There's a reason JR carries this as his regular carry. This knife is awesome. This is really, really awesome. So, speaking of their good quality, let's take a look at a completely different style. Look at this. Kind of reminds you of something, right? Oh, yeah. Good knives are just good knives. Also, I'm sending this, my gunslinger from Jack Wolf Knives. I'm sending this to JR to check out because he loves good quality knives, so he's going to dig that. This is just another knife that's absolutely remarkable as far as when you put this thing in your hand, it is solid. It combat flicks. The opening has got this little round guy right there. So getting it open because it has a nice lock in, right? That detent is nice. It's hard to pull from there, but he gives you a low profile flipper, but boom, that just explodes the knife blade out of its seated position. It is really, really nice. Now it is a notch out. It's not considered a real true harpoon because this comes up and this would have melted into there. It's kind of just a notch out. For me, on this, would I still like the harpoon? I mean, for this knife, I probably wouldn't change it. Like normally I would just grind a harpoon tip down. This one, I'd probably leave it. But let's see. Again, there's all kinds of different models on it, and I'm trying to find the exact model by color because it could determine whether or not this is a different material, and I think I found it. So this is the Eagle Rock, and it's a number 68 on this one. This one, the original price is just under $1,000. It's around $950, $945, and they had it for $680. And this color configuration right now is out of stock in case everybody wanted to go spend their $680. But it's got things hidden in there that you wouldn't notice unless you really looked. And you can see that spacer in there. It's beautiful. And it says this liner lock is, let's see, bead blast finish, multi-ground blade. It has Fuller's. I could swear it just says to stop. Oh, Fuller's and false top edge. That's what it said. Notch thumb rest and a thumb disc. And I'm assuming... Oh, this is what they're calling the thumb disc. I never heard it called that before. So your thumb disc, let's see. The handle has Damascus pivot collars. That's that cool collar I just showed you. Black bolsters, carbon fiber scales. Oh, this is I didn't even realize this was carbon fiber. It's just real sweet looking, man. Black titanium liners, black back spacer, titanium clip, nice blade seating. It sure does. Detent and lockup, and it really does. Everything locks up amazing. Excellent work. Comes with a zippered case. You are looking at a blade length of 4.375, overall length of 975. This is a big knife. Closed length of 5.73. The screen just keeps moving by itself. 5.73 and S90V on the steel. So again, you're talking about a whole lot of really expensive materials, and the guy who makes this has to buy all the stuff to put into it. So when you're talking about 6 or 7 completely different high-end materials going into a knife, they have to profit, right? The knife has to be, first of all, you have to have the materials. Then you have to cut down, shape, and form every material. The blade is no joke. It is a compound grind. It just takes so much to make a knife like this. As far as cost, he could be spending $400 or $500 just in material alone for one knife. right? And then selling it for 950, and you think, oh man, that's a pretty big profit for one knife, but he's got to make it. So that means there's labor in there too. How much does he profit on each knife? I don't know. I don't know. But what I can tell you is that the quality on these is bar none just amazing. Just amazing quality. I mean, do they come sharp? Yeah, they come sharp. They come so sharp. I mean, you could shave the hair off an armadillo with one of these. That's how sharp it is. You could shave a turtle shell. I mean, and get hair. This thing is so sharp. But they're just built really well. So when you're talking about quality and quality versus expense, you can have a knife that's really expensive, but is made of the same basic qualities as a knife that is not expensive. But that's not what this is. This is a knife, like, I'm going to show you. I have this one. This is the Sly Steel. Great freaking knife. So you have a good blade steel with G10, right? And this is an expensive knife. I have plenty of knives with really good blade steel and G10 that are nowhere near the price of something like this. They charge what they want because they can, right? So that's the thing. You're talking about basic materials. These knives, these aren't basic materials. This is some like space age, just, Crown 1 awesome stuff. These are no joke knives. So if you're wondering, like if you're one of those people out there that says, oh, I would never spend that much on a knife. I mean, more power to you. Then you're going to save some pocket change. The thing is, what you're getting when you spend that much money. Are you getting just a good steel with some G10? If so, you're buying maybe the wrong expensive knives. You want to get that thing that nobody else has. You want to get that thing that has so many different, it's got space rock in it. I don't know. They have so many cool different things that you can get, but you have to remember that it costs money to make these. It costs a lot of money. This is really expensive to make. He sells this for $350. This is crazy expensive to make. Everything that goes into this knife is expensive. All the materials are expensive. When making this knife, all that titanium, it's expensive. The great blade, the what it pivots on, all the hardware, all the backspacers, everything on these knives are expensive. Even this one, it has G10 ADV Tactical. It has two colors of G10 fitted into each other perfectly smooth. Everything is made perfectly. It doesn't shift. All the materials that are built, all the titanium in there, all the stuff, the blade material, every single thing costs money. This one is one of his cheapest knives, and the reason is because he used G10. This same exact knife with a different handle material now all of a sudden shoots over $1,000. It's all about the materials and how well it's made, because you can have all kinds of stuff going in, and like, look at this buck right here. It's a good knife. It is made nowhere near in the quality of this, nowhere near in the quality of this, nowhere near in the quality of this or this or this, right? It's made with your basic materials. It's good steel. It's a good knife. It works every time, anytime you need to use it. But overall, you can feel when I open it, when I close it, when I lock it, when I shut it, when I hold it, you can literally feel, even though that's a big popular brand, you can feel the difference. And then you have something like this, which is an original MOD, right? Before they partnered out and sold, an original Masters of Defense knife. And these things right now are going for about $350. You see these things everywhere. And the reason is because it was a really, really well-made knife. And it just holds, right? Those kind of knives hold. This kind of knife is going to hold. This thing is going to keep its value, maintain its value, and it's going to always close, always open, always lock, always unlock the way it should. So that's the thing, man. When you're talking about a great quality knife and you're wondering, is it worth the price? Don't ask yourself, is it worth the price? Ask yourself first what it's made of and what did it take to get it to these specs. How, like, you can make a knife where you can be 1/100th of a millimeter off and everything will be all right. Nobody would ever notice. But when you want a knife that has nothing off, nothing, nothing, these things are built so there is just every measurement is perfect. Every cut is perfect. Everything about the knife is perfect. And so I think when people see the prices, they're thinking of the regular knife that they have in their pocket. They're thinking of what they're carrying on that moment, right? I have in my pocket right now the Devo Growler. This thing is awesome. It's a fraction of the price of this. Now, the tolerances are going to be way different. He doesn't have to put as much into this knife making it as what goes into this knife. And I don't mean materials. I'm talking how it's built, the measurements, how fine it is, how every single piece of the knife, even the parts that are unseen, are taken care of. Is this knife not taken care of? No, this knife is great. But when you're opening and closing, you can feel the difference of a really, really great knife to a really, really just superb knife. And I really appreciate JR for sending me these to look at, because this is something, I mean, this is a really cool knife. This is a really cool knife. There's multiple grips on it. You can hold it any way. It's just fantastic. This one I like a lot better than this one. And this one is awesome. This one I love the low profile flipper. I have a new one coming from Tempest Blade. It was their brand new blade coming out this year. They're not even out yet, but it's already set up and it's coming to me. And it's got the low profile flipper, and that's one of the things I really liked about that knife that I ordered, was that. So when I got to check this one out, I loved it because that flipper isn't sticking out, right? Even on something like this, that's fairly low profile compared to some of the knives out there where the flippers are just gigantic. This one is built the way it is because it's got like that wave technology type thing where the flipper is actually the wave, and as you pull it out of your pocket, it does that. It opens up automatically. So some have a purpose. I just really like that low profile. I think that's great. These knives are awesome. I have to ship them back to JR, which sucks because I've been just handling them and enjoying it. This one I'm going to send to JR, and JR, take your time, do whatever you want. I have a feeling that JR is going to end up owning one of these. I have a feeling he's going to buy one because he has a really, really good eye for quality, and I think he's going to dig that. So I have to send all this stuff back. I just wanted to show them off. They're really, really nice knives. So if you're looking for a super high quality knife, it's Arizona Custom Knives is where you go, and you can get one of these Custom Knife Factory knives. But look them up. They're pretty sweet, man. They're pretty sweet. All right, so that's it for this one. Hi, I'm Donnie B all day. It's enough talking. Until next knife. Enough knife.